Live from the Carl Chevrolet Studios in West Des Moines, this is Iowa Live.
Well, welcome back to the program, everybody. It is time to head to the south side, over to the Blank Park Zoo, and say hi to Julia Bingham from the Blank Park Zoo. Hey, Julia! This weather really puts us in the mood for what is going on at the Blank Park Zoo. Wrapping up this weekend. We'll talk about night eyes in a second, but we're talking Halloween, we're talking creepy crawlies, and you have some.
I brought some of our creepiest crawlies. So in my hand, here is one of our giant African millipedes. And then over to the right of me is one of our Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
Oh, those are so, we used to play with those when I was in high school. We used to race Madagascar hissing cockroaches, put pieces of tape on them, and then we'd race them in science class. It was so much fun. But tell us about that millipede there, because that's not your standard millipede.
It is not. So millipedes that you would find outside here in Iowa are smaller than this guy. So over in Madagascar, they actually get a lot bigger than this. They can be up to 1 foot long. But these are one of my favorites because there's just a couple cool things about them. Firstly, they are really important to the rainforests over in Madagascar. Their poop is one of the most nutritious fertilizers in the world. So they're really, really good for the plant life there. And then another cool thing about them is they produce a toxin that tastes really bitter so that animals won't eat them. But lemurs have actually discovered that that toxin is a really good bug repellent. So they'll rub the millipedes all over their fur so that bugs don't bite them.
I never heard that. That is amazing. So maybe if we have millipedes like this, you just strap them around your neck and you don't have to worry about bugs around here. But I bet you they're not very abundant around here, so that would be an
unfortunately,
issue.
the millipedes in Iowa do not have that.
Yeah, you need a whole bunch of them if you did that anyway. But that is so cool. Some really cool things about that millipede. And about the hissing cockroach over there.
Our hissing cockroach. So he gets his name because of the hissing sound that they make. So they have little holes along their back that they'll push air through and make a hissing noise to try and ward off a predator.
Yeah, think about that in the middle of the night, folks, when you turn the lights on. You see something. Now put your hand next to it so we can see how big it is.
Yeah, so they're pretty big.
That is huge. Oh, my goodness.
A lot bigger than the ones you find around here.
No question about that. But again, they do have a purpose in the whole scheme of things, too. But those are just some of the creepy crawlies that we're showing you here this morning at the Blank Park Zoo here on Iowa Live. But, hey, something going on. We're wrapping up the 2021 edition of one of the biggest fundraisers for the zoo of the year. It is Night Eyes. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we have one more weekend of Night Eyes, which is always one of our most fun events for the kids. Our Merry Not Scary Halloween event that occurs at night, where we have all of our lights up. Kids can come dressed up. There's costume characters. There's trick-or-treating. It's just a whole lot of Halloween fun for the family.
Okay, and that goes on in the evenings, 5 to 9 p.m. tomorrow through Sunday over at the Blank Park Zoo. So we have the kids taken care of there, and then us bigger kids, we can have a big old party a week from Friday. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so October 29th, we have our Halloween Zoo Brew. We've added a couple things this year. We're going to have a haunted train ride, which I'm very excited about.
We are going on that. Julia, you and I are going to be riding in the first car. You know that, right?
All right.
Okay, we'll make a plan for that. Okay, tell us what else is going on special.
And then we're going to have some adult trick-or-treating. So guests are going to have the opportunity to buy a souvenir cup and then go through a special trick-or-treating line with some breweries that you can find throughout Iowa. And get some samples that won't be available to other guests.
Oh, real? That is really cool. That is awesome. And, of course, there is a Halloween costume contest that is going on that day as well. And it's just turned into the biggest Halloween costume party in the city. All right, let's get us the website so we can get all the information on what's going on at the zoo.
Yeah, so if you head to our website, blankparkzoo.com, we have information about everything, where to buy tickets, how much tickets are, and all the details.
All right, Madagascar Hissing Cockroach and Millipede, we will see you later. Julia, we will see you a week from Friday in person, and we're going to go on that train ride, okay?
Sounds good.